Hello, San Antonio. Hello, France. Hello, wherever else you might be watching from. Thank you for coming back if you watched my videos before, and welcome in for the first time if you're new. Thanks for checking in. All right, we'll just get right down into it. We're going to be talking about today if Devin Vassell has regressed this season. I've heard people having the conversation here in the city a little bit and here online as well on some different channels about if Devin Vassell has been regressing with his scoring and his overall game. One thing I'll say, he was coming off, or I guess still is coming off of his foot injury that he had in October. I'm not sure the exact date, but he had come back, I think mid to late October, he had come back from his foot injury that he had. He had the stress fracture, so he was coming back from that injury and just kind of trying to get his rhythm back. One thing that I will say, he's a bit of an underrated defender. He's one of our better perimeter defenders. Just one of our better, forwards out there. Of course, he's 6'7". He has the good wingspan, good lateral movement. I don't think that has been affected too much from his injury. Just from what I see out there, he's still solid on defense. Still does a good job on that side. So like I said, a bit of an underrated defender, and he's still solid. Still does a good job on that end. If y'all remember the game a few nights ago when we played Denver, he had that big steal on Jokic. Wemby did tip the pass. If you saw the game, Wemby had a tip. It was tough to see, but he tipped the pass, and then Vassell still read the passing lane really well. He ran in and got that steal on Jokic to kind of seal the game. So yeah, reads the passing lanes well. He's a very good one-on-one defender. Just good playing in our team defensive concept as well. So I'll just say that off the bat. I don't think his defense has regressed in any way. He's still solid in that regard. Um, Another thing, we have his stats up right here. So we'll start off from his rookie year. We had drafted him there in the 2020 draft was when we got Devin Vassell. He starts off playing 17 minutes per game, 5.5 points. He's just a work in progress at that point, of course. Just a good young player with a lot of potential, but only the 5.5 points. We're not playing him a lot of minutes, so we'll kind of scratch that year. But he did have 84% from the free throw line. He's just about 35% from three, then 40% from the field in the 17 minutes he did play. So like I said, you can see the potential already there as a rookie for Vassell. Then we'll go to his sophomore season, 21-22. First thing, goes up to 27 minutes per game, so he's up 10 minutes per game there. Field goal percentage up to 42.7. We'll just call it 43% from the field, so his field goal percentage is up about a good 3% there. Still right around that 84% from the free throw line, so you'll take that all day from any player. Points go up to 12.3 points per game, so he more than doubles his points per game with those 10 extra minutes he gets. One steal, half a block. So like I said, coming out, he's always been a solid defender. Again, underrated on that end, but he has a good impact defensively. One more thing. Yeah, another thing you like to see is 3-point percentage is 36%. So minutes go up, 10 minutes per game, doubles the points. 3-point percentage goes up about 1%, 1.5% there. Free throws still sitting at 84%, so you like to see that. Field goal percentage goes up from 40.6 to 42.7, so that goes up a good 2% as well on his field goal percentage. So you're seeing him progress like you want to see a young player progress from the rookie to sophomore season. And then year three, that's usually when a lot of players make their leap. And no exception for Devin. He did make a good leap in his third year. All right, so we'll start again at the minutes per game, up to 31 minutes per game now. So he goes up from 27, goes up 4 minutes per game there. His points go up from 12.3 to 18.5, so a big jumps up 6 points there with only the 4 minutes per game increase. And this is kind of the year where you can see, man, this guy's really talented. This guy can really be a star for us, possibly. I don't know if we were thinking a superstar, but definitely a star, second option scorer on a championship team. That's kind of what we were looking at him as, or at least myself, and I think a lot of people in San Antonio. We're seeing Vassell as a really, really talented scorer at that time. But yeah, back to it. Jumped up 6 points per game with that 4-minute increase. So his 3-point shot goes from 36 to 38.7, almost 39% from three. So that's very, very good. Almost 40% from three there. So you'll take that all day. Again, 34.7, 36.1 his sophomore year, up to 38.7%. Field goal percentage goes up to 44%. So again, rookie year 40.6. Sophomore year right around 43. Goes up pretty much another 1%, up to 44%. So these are really good stats for a wing player, a perimeter player. The 38% from three. Another thing right there, his free throws, they dip down to 78% for his free throws. So that's another weird thing that I noticed here too. He was 84% his first 2 years, and then it dips down to 78%. See, his attempts did go up a bit, so his attempts went up from 1.4 to 2.6. And if you see that next season going into 2024, he's an 80% free throw shooter with those 3 attempts. So he's probably right around an 80% free throw shooter overall, with those kind of volume attempts that he'll probably be getting, as his career goes on here. But yeah, so third year, that's when he really made that jump. We're thinking he's gonna be a star type of player. With the 18.5 points and his percentages going up. Again, year 1, 2, 3, you're just seeing pretty much everything increase. His point total 5.5, 12.3, 18.5. So he's just progressing and getting better and better. And his defense is just staying that good, if not getting a little better on defense. So just a really good two-way player after his third year in the NBA. Then we get on to year 4. Again, we'll start with the minutes again. It goes up from 31 to 33 minutes per game, so 2 more minutes per game. Again, field goal percentage 44%, jumps all the way up to 47%. So makes a big jump on the field goal percentage, especially for a perimeter player to be shooting 47%. That's elite perimeter player field goal percentage. If you're able to shoot that kind of percent on mostly outside shots, which is most of what he gets. 3-point percentage went down to 37%, but that's still very solid 3-point percentage, so we'll still take that. Free throw percentage goes up from 78% to 80%. So, it's a little up and down, but like I was saying, he's probably right around an 80% free throw shooter overall when he's getting this kind of volume of attempts. Yeah, he goes up 1 point as well. So again, you're just still seeing the progression. The free throw percentage is kind of up and down, but it's not a huge dip or increase there season to season. But yeah, the 5.5 points, 12 points, 18.5, 19.5, just getting better and better every season. 3-point percentage, 34, 36, 38. He does go down to 37, but again, still very good. Field goal percentage again from year 1 to 4, 40%, 43%, 44%, 47%. So we're just getting better and better and better. And also his minutes, 17, 27, 31, 33, just getting more and more and more minutes. And then come into this season now, the minutes did dip. He's at 29 minutes now because he was coming off of his stress fracture in his foot. So we were managing his minutes. He couldn't play, the amount of minutes he probably would have been playing. He'd probably be at 34, 35 minutes a game realistically. If not maybe 36. I don't think we play him quite that much. But yeah, probably 34, 35. Just like his whole career, he'd probably go up another minute or two per game there. But yeah, just the stress fracture kind of derailed him, and he's still kind of trying to get his rhythm back after that. But again, that was mid to later October when he came back from his stress fracture. So he had November, December, early January so far now, even though we haven't played too many games quite yet with the Lakers games being postponed here. But yeah, let's get into the totals. So, the first 4 years points go up and up. But now he dipped down to 15.2 points per game. Again, he's playing 4 less minutes per game. So, I mean, if we look back when he was playing 27 minutes, when he was playing 31 minutes, he averaged 12 points, 18.5 points. So 29 minutes, it kind of adds up, I guess, if you do the math. It's right between 27 and 31 minutes, and his points are at 15, which is right between 12 and 18 points. You see his field goal percentage, it went down to 43%. Three-point percentage went down to 34%. And then his free throws are at 79% now. But like I was saying earlier in the video, his defense is still very good. I honestly just think it's the stress fracture. Coming back from that, he couldn't practice the way he wanted to probably. Devin seems like the kind of guy that's probably always in the gym. He's probably working on his jumper every day, of course. And I feel like he has a shooting routine, and he seems to stick with his routine and be a really hard worker. So I just think the stress fracture threw him off of his routine. He wasn't able to get up all the shots he normally gets up, stay in that kind of rhythm. I'm sure he wanted to put in a lot of work, throughout October, throughout September, but with his fracture, he just couldn't put up that work he wanted to. And then also play those extra minutes. Like I was saying, he was probably trying to be around 34, 35 minutes per game, but coming back from the stress fracture, we just have to take it easy with him and kind of put him back into the game sparingly with his minutes as he gets healthier and healthier. And, now his health seems to be back to 100% by now for sure. And like I said before, he's just kind of finding his rhythm again. People have been saying that I guess he's inconsistent or saying he's regressing. I don't so much agree with that. I think he's just coming off the injury, just finding his rhythm again, like I said. Once we get him back into the 34, 35 minutes per game range, once things start to average out, because he'll probably finish the season around the 33, 34 minutes per game, once his minutes average out and once he plays more into the end of the season. But, I'd say we'll see him finish back up closer to 18, 19 points per game, I would hope. And then, yeah, I mean, that's hopefully what's going to happen. I've been a little worried too. I definitely understand people being worried because he's been having some off games, and it's been kind of stringing them together lately, it seems like. So as of now, I still say Vassell is untouchable. Once we start competing for championships, we plan on him being probably our third option scorer, and he'd be a great third option scorer if he's giving you 19.5, 20 points per game on that 47% field goal percentage with a 37% from the free throw line, or from the 3-point line rather. So yeah, I say Vassell's still untouchable as of right now. He's just trying to get his rhythm back from the injury, but once he does, I anticipate seeing his percentages going back up to what he really is. But yeah, I've just been seeing him be a little bit inconsistent lately, if this goes on into February, I'll be pretty worried. If it goes on into March, then I'll be really worried, to be honest. But I think he'll get his rhythm back going here into January. I'd say early February, we'll have forgotten about his inconsistent play, and he'll be right back to being himself. Playing off of Wemby now, as Wemby makes this big leap into his sophomore season. If you've noticed, you've been watching the games, Vassell's not really taking any bad shots. The only time he takes a quote unquote bad shot would be at the end of the shot clock when he just has to put it up over somebody or something like that. But other than that, pretty much every time he shoots the ball, he gets to his spot on the floor without too much trouble, pulls up, and he just hasn't been hitting the shots that he normally does. But yeah, again, just coming off the injury, I think he'll be just fine. And once we get into mid-February, we'll have all but forgotten about his inconsistent play, and he'll be back to his regular form again. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment below what you think about Vassell's play, and if you think he'll get back to his form that he was before. And please like and subscribe as well. Thank you again.